I'm going to start off the show, Johnny, just by, saying I admit I am the coldest gambler on the face of the planet right now. I think my record the last 3 weeks is like 3-15. Not good. We don't want that on the podcast. I need to step up my game here. I'm holding myself accountable. This is a 4-1 week minimum. I'm telling you that right now. I'm calling it out right now. Or this beard has to get shaven off by the next episode. I'm telling you. That's my promise to the viewers here.
And welcome back to Week 10 Gambling Goats episode. What a week last week was. Some better than others. I know I had a 3 out of 5 week here last week for Week 9. And as you can see, Shea made his promise. Shea, how are you doing these days?
You know what, dude? Not the best week here. That 4-1 guarantee kind of went downhill quick. I got screwed in a couple games. I really saw them going differently. But man of my word, beard's gone. Moving on to Week 10 here. I'm ready to get back on track.
Well, that's the most important thing, and a man of word you are. I think everyone had a tough week. My 2 favorite picks last week are the 2 that didn't come through. The other 3 all hit. Getting back to Week 9, New England Patriots for me, -3.5 versus Panthers. Nice little blowout there. Mac Jones, 24-6, Patriots that game. So that was an easy win. We took the Chargers at even -2, liked them at -1, took them at -2. They won by 3 over Philly. Liked what I saw out of Philly. Not going to lie. Pretty good game both ways down the field. Buffalo Bills -14.5. So I wish I would have known Jacksonville just straight up money line. That's a huge upset, 6-9. Jacksonville getting the outright win. No one saw that coming. What do you do?
By far the biggest upset this season.
It really is, and that's gambling. We also got. I took Green Bay +7.5 versus Kansas. That was a slow game, 13-7. We covered. And also, again, LA Rams -7.5. Thought it was safe versus Titans. Nah. Tannehill really opened up and shows us what he's saying. I've been saying it all season long. Titans look great. So wasn't expecting it, but they smoked the LA Rams 28-16. And that was my week.
Yeah, well, you know what, man? Like I said, I didn't have a good week. I went 2-3. I hit on the Patriots. My Patriots. That's why I'm wearing the jersey tonight. The boys are rolling. Mac Jones, Rookie of the Year. I've been saying it. I just keep saying it's going to happen. And you know what? They're going to make the playoffs this year. I like the Patriots. They're getting hot. They're looking good. My other hit there was the Chargers and Eagles. Same game you had. I like what I saw at the Chargers. Eagles did play very well. It came down to that last field goal. But that was a good game. And then my other picks there, Raiders laid an egg. They got pumped by the Giants. That one hurt. I really thought they'd rally. They didn't. And then the Cowboys, another big upset. I thought the Cowboys would take the Broncos out back and just give them a good old kicking, but nothing.
No.
Nothing. And then Caesar got blown apart by the Rams. So, I mean, it's one of those weeks where it's like both of us, we got screwed in a couple games that for sure I thought they were going to hit, but obviously that's gambling, man, I tell you. So,
and yeah, tough week. It really was. Like Baltimore, that was a really close game. Chargers game, had some money on those. How those Browns blowing out the Bengals. Bengals have been a good team all season long. The Giants getting the win over Raiders. Atlanta just beat Saints, but again, beat them outright. Jaguars outright over Bills. Just a lot of upsets, weird games, I thought personally. And the Titans over the Rams. So, yeah, dogs were eating. Going into Week 10, we've got our 5 best picks. Shea, how about you start us off this week?
All right, man. Well, you know what? I'm wearing this jersey for a reason, so I might as well say this here and say this now. Patriots -1. I'm taking it. Patriots are going to go all over the Browns. They're at home. It's going to be shitty weather. Browns are coming off a big divisional win against Cincinnati. I think they're going to be riding that high, and they're going to come into, the Patriots' homeland there, just get railroaded. Patriots are going to win this by 7. I'm saying it by 7. I'm taking them -1. Patriots are winning this. Cleveland's going to probably be without Nick Chubb this week, which is a big part of the Cleveland running game there. The guy's leading. He's up in the top 3 in rush yards this season. But both teams like to run the ball. So this is going to be a really low scoring game. But you know what? I think Bill Belichick's going to be able to get it done. Bill Belichick's 5-0 versus the Browns in his last 5 meetings. Mind you, all those meetings were with Tom Brady at the helm at quarterback. But you know what? Mac Jones is playing well. I think this is going to be a smash mouth football kind of game. It's going to be rainy. It's going to be windy. There's not going to be a lot of passes. Mac Jones isn't going to have to get involved very much, but this Patriots defense is looking good. They're going to make some stops. I'm taking the Patriots money line. I'm taking Patriots -1, and then I'm taking the under 45 points. 3 picks, 1 game, getting it out of the way right there.
Wow. That's a huge pick. I was looking at it, love your pick, but just something I can't really get behind after seeing what Cleveland was doing. But love that. Wow, you're in
I'm
for that game.
I'm riding, buddy.
Let's go.
How about you? What do you got? What do you got coming up?
So we'll start off with a tough pick here. Raiders versus Chiefs. Kansas really needs to show us something. It really is their game to win with what's been going on with the Raiders. However, I'm just riding some dogs this week, and Raiders, but I really like Raiders +2.5 points because I just been seeing the Chiefs fall apart. So it'd be nice to see if the Raiders can keep rallying and getting W's. But I'm gonna say it's gonna be close. I hope.
You know what, man? I'm actually riding with you on this one, man. I think the Raiders win this at home easily. It's in Vegas.
Love at home.
Get that Vegas flu going for the Chiefs. Going to the casinos the night before. But you know what, man? Like both these teams, they've been relying on that passing game throughout the league here. Chiefs are ranked 3rd in passing yards. Right behind them is the Raiders in 4th. So they're passing the ball. The only difference though in the passing game is the Raiders are passing the ball downfield, while the Chiefs are just kind of dinking and dunking. Not really stretching the field very much. Raiders are 8.2 yards per attempt when passing, while the Chiefs are only 6.9. So it doesn't seem like a big difference, but that's a big difference on these 2 pass-heavy teams. Chiefs' run game has been kind of middle of the pack. And that blow without Clyde Edwards-Helaire is kind of really staled that rush offense that they got going on there. While the Raiders, they got Josh Jacobs, man. That guy's good, dude. He runs people over. He runs hard. They haven't really been using him that much, but I think this is a game he can get going. The Chiefs' defense sucks against the run. They suck against the pass. They're just not a good defense. And the Raiders defense on the other end, I think they'll be able to slow down Mahomes. You know what? They defend against the pass really well, only allowing 6.3 yards per attempt, and being in the top 5 best yards allowed against offenses. So I'm riding with you, man. I'm taking the Raiders plus the 2.5 at home. I think defense wins championships.
Well, there you go. We've got some great stats. Shea's riding with me on that, so I'll get into my next pick here. But we do like those Raiders at home, so let's see what happens with that. Next game, going up against a bird team, Seahawks and Packers. We're at Lombardi. I'm taking my Packers -3.5. I just got a feeling. I didn't love what I saw from last game there. Jordan Love doesn't seem too comfortable.
It's no Mac Jones.
However, yeah, but Mac Jones has had the starting position since pretty much day one. I think he's going to be more comfortable working with the team this week. I think the offensive line and defensive line for Packers is just much stronger, and will hold the Seahawks down. And I think Jordan Love will finally make some connections and make it happen this week by a touchdown.
This should make you a little bit more happy there, buddy. I think Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers are going to be back this week, so you don't have to deal with the stress of having Love. I don't think he's. Are
you sure? I don't know if they're both playing this week.
I'm pretty sure Aaron Rodgers is going to be back this week. I don't know about Russ. He just came off the IR. But
if Aaron Rodgers is in, I'm definitely taking him. But you know what? I'd take them unless it's Jordan Love versus Wilson.
Yep. Russell Wilson. If it's not starter versus starter or string versus string, if it's those two, I'll take Packers all day.
But if it's like Jordan Love going up against Russell Wilson, then Russ might cook one up, and I'll probably fade that game entirely. So we'll see.
We'll see. I got to keep an eye on those injury reports. Like I say, I'm pretty confident Rodgers is going to be playing in this. I think it's going to be a big comeback week after he kind of lost that game last week by not being eligible to play.
100%.
I don't like that. I like that pick a lot, man. You know, I think Green Bay's a good team, and they got a good Super Bowl chance this year. So
let's go, baby.
I hear you.
What's your next?
For my next one here, brother, and this is where, you know what, I've been so bad the last couple weeks that I wrote down everything I was going to talk about. I was getting my notes together. I was on one side. Last second, I was like, no, fuck it. I'm going on the other side.
Flip a hat.
On the other side, I've been so bad. I'm going on the other side. So this is what I got here. I'm going Falcons at the Cowboys. Cowboys are laying 10 points. I was on the Cowboys last week. I thought they would rail the Broncos. Did not happen. They got blown out. It was not a good game. You know what? It was just a tough go for the Cowboys there with this offense that's just been humming with Dak and CeeDee Lamb and Zeke and, you know, Amari Cooper. Like, they've just been going. You know, they're ranked top 5 in points per game, yards per game, and rushes per game. So, you know what? Their offense is solid. Meanwhile, the Falcons have been quietly good. I don't know if you've watched any of their games, but they've won the last 3 of their 4 wins.
Sneaky good.
Good. They've won 3 of the last 4 games, and they're being led by this defense that's in the top 10 in the league. I didn't see that coming out of nowhere, man. Like, years past, Falcons defense sucked. So
not terrible
to see that, you know, kind of stat there. And, you know, it's one of those things where, do I like this pick? No. But I'm taking the Falcons plus the 10 points. I don't think Cowboys should be a 10-point favorite there. I think there's good defense. I think they'll be able to slow down that explosive Dallas offense. And I'm going to ride with the veteran quarterback. You know, that's the only Dallas has only lost to veteran quarterbacks this year with Tom Brady and Teddy Bridgewater. So, you know what? I think Matt Ryan's going to be the 3rd veteran quarterback that's going to take down. They might even win this outright. I'm taking the 10 points. I'm taking the Falcons.
Love it. Was looking at it earlier as well. Speaking of 10 points, Jacksonville versus Colts.
Ooh.
Jacksonville is getting 10.5 points, and I'm going to take it. Here's why. Jacksonville versus that Bills game. I've got a feeling that they might put up some points here. You know, they've been losing a lot of games, but Jacksonville straight up now has had some time to play with each other. I think over the Colts, I think 10.5 is a lot of points. It's a lot of points, and I don't know if it's going to be a blowout game, especially after what I saw last week against the Bills, which is probably my number 1 team right now. So I'm going to be taking the Jacksonville 10.5. They're laying points. I'm taking them just like you with Atlanta. Unfortunately, I don't have a veteran quarterback. I'm actually going on the rookie side of things, but I just think the points. I don't think they'll outright win against the Colts, but after last week, who freaking knows?
I hear you, man. And that's one of those picks where it gets you thinking, right? Like, you know, Jacksonville's defense, they looked really good against Buffalo.
Not terrible.
The other Josh Allen on the Jacksonville side, the middle linebacker there, he had a day.
The ball.
That guy was all over the field.
Josh Allen, I've got his card.
I hate that pick. And you know what, man? I might be riding that with one of my picks a little later on there. Yeah, that might be a little hint there at my teaser.
Ooh,
one of my teaser.
What's your next pick you got on your agenda?
So my next pick, and this is kind of my last single game pick here. I got the Eagles at the Broncos. Broncos are laying the 2.5 points. Broncos are coming off that big win versus the Cowboys. Eagles, you know what? They're coming off that heartbreaking loss versus the Chargers. You know, that
they played well. They played well.
They did good. Both offenses are pretty comparable when you say running the ball and passing the ball. But the Eagles have been running the ball way more than any other team in the NFL. In the last 3 games or so, they're averaging about 71.4 times they're running the ball versus the pass. So that's the highest. The next highest, I think, is the Patriots at 50%. So it's you know, they're running the ball a lot, but they're playing Teddy covers. Teddy and the Broncos. The Broncos really actually look good with Teddy under the helm there. It has that veteran feel where he can read the field. You know, it's just like I was saying with the Falcons game. Teddy can read the field. He can go all over the place. it's a good fit for him in Denver. But you know what? I think this defense on the Broncos side is going to get a little eye opening here against an Eagles team that's going to run the ball. I don't think they'll be able to stop them as much as they would have with Von Miller on the roster. So I think this is the week they're kind of let down spot after coming off that big win against Dallas. And the Eagles got to get right, man. They're one of the good bad football teams in the NFL. They play well, but they lose. So I think this is a get right spot. I'm going to take the Eagles on the +2.5.
Wow. And you know what? You've got me because I'm looking at this game and I'm actually on the other side of it here. I'm taking Broncos -2.5. And you've got me thinking about taking Philly because Broncos lineup this year, they've only won some easy games. I think there were some Jets, Jaguars. Any good team has already beat them, and Philly does have a pretty good team. But Teddy Bridgewater at home,
right? Denver's a good place to play
at home.
Yeah.
So this is a fun one. I'm going to take the other side here. One of us has to be right. I'm taking Broncos -2.5. We got to go head to head eventually. Let's do it this game.
I think this first pick head to head all season.
I don't know. Have we?
Yeah.
Let's make this a good one then, because Sunday's going to be a big day. Last pick of mine. I'll get into it before you get into your teasers here. I faded the Titans, and I've been talking about them all season long. Last week with the Rams because I thought something special, and I got heartbroken last week by the Rams. Flip a hat. I'm taking the Titans -3 against the Saints.
Coming back.
Loved what I saw from the Titans last week. Let's run that back and just play some good football. And I think 3 points is manageable.
You know what, man? I like the Titans. They're a good football team.
They're playing the football well.
That Adrian Peterson scored a touchdown.
First game.
Exactly, man. They're a good football team, and you know what? I don't hate that pick. That's something I'm going to be watching, but I just couldn't get involved. I might get.
We're going to be watching.
Going, but I'm definitely going to be watching that game for sure.
It's going to be a fun one. I hope it doesn't break my heart like the Rams did last week.
Listen, man, only one team a week can break your heart at once. And you know what? That was the Rams last week. It's not going to be the Titans this week. We got positive vibes going. We're hitting some picks. I got the mustache. I'm cleanly shaven. We got positive vibes, buddy.
Perfect. You got a teaser for us this week?
Oh, I got a teaser. And you know what, man? I missed big time on that teaser last week with the Rams losing. So I feel your heartbreak there, man. That cost me my 2 legs. But I know what you're trying to say. Yes.
Yeah, it's tough love.
Yeah. My game teaser here. We got the Jaguars at Colts. I'm taking one of your picks there.
And a half points.
Teasing the Colts from 10.5 to -17.5. And I'm taking the Jaguars. I think this is going to be a close game. Big divisional game. Both these teams are going to get up and play. It's definitely not going to be a 20-point blowout. Getting that 17 mark kind of crosses that 14, 17 key numbers. So I'm going to take the Jaguars plus the 17.5. Like I was saying, Jaguars defense has been surprisingly pretty good. And you know what? They could run the ball. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. 10.5 points is way too much. 17.5 points is way too much. I like the Jaguars. Let's go Jags.
Let's go Jags.
So that's the first leg. My second leg here is I am fading the Chargers. I think this is a letdown week. I think, after their big win last week against Philly, they're playing the Vikings at home. Chargers are laying 3 points. I'm going to tease the Chargers from -3.
Is it in Minnesota or in LA?
It's in LA, yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm going to tease the Chargers from -3 to -10 and pick the Vikings. So I'm going Titans. I'm going Jaguars plus 17.5, and I'm going Vikings plus 10. Vikings, you know what? They're another good, bad football team. You know what I mean? They lose a lot of close games. And I don't know if that's just bad coaching or late game situations or what's going on with this team. But, you always find them losing by 3. You always find them losing by 2. It's one of those last possession field goals where they're just finding ways to lose in the fourth quarter and give up games. Like they had Baltimore dead to rights last week. That was what a comeback that was to force overtime and win it in OT. And you know what? The Chargers, they're like I was saying, they're coming off that big win, emotional win. They needed that win to keep rolling in their division. I think, there's some questions on this Chargers D. Their run defense is the worst in the league, and you're going up against a guy named Dalvin Cook, who is just an absolute workhorse. That guy runs people.
He really is.
I think Dalvin
They're handing the ball nonstop.
Yeah, exactly. They hand them the ball nonstop. They just keep handing the ball. You'll be able to run all over this Chargers team. And Dalvin Cook's going to have a big game. And I'm taking the Titans plus the 10. So I got Jags plus the 17.5 and Titans plus 10.
Wow, I love it. You got me really thinking about those Vikings this week too against the Chargers. Yeah. You know what? It's going to be a good week. Maybe I'll shave into my mustache if I don't get another. If I don't hit over 50% this week. But I'm not too worried about it because I'm, statistically speaking, just making bread.
Or if you don't have to grow a beard like mine.
Ooh, I wish I could. That's tough. We all miss it. Some great weeks, some great picks this week. Some great picks. Watch out. We've got Twitter and Instagram rolling out live this week. We've got it all set up and ready. So we'll be launching that this week. Stay tuned. Jay, great picks this week. You look great.
Let's make some money, buddy.
Let's make some money. Let's go. See you, Goats.